Hello everybody, my name is Jalise. Welcome now everybody to my review of The Last Night in Soho. And here's the thing, everybody. This movie has to be my favorite movie of the year. Thomasin McKenzie, I believe that's her name, the actress, is great in this role. Everybody who was in part of this movie was great. The main story about this is a young girl named Eloise, or Ellie. She is a country girl going to the city of London. She was raised by her grandmother at a young age. She's into old music. She's not into the new crowd. She's not really outgoing. And this is really a nice... Her character is very relatable, Ellie, just because the fact is that young girls, young guys, or anybody who feels like an outsider going into a new world, they feel how they feel shy, how they feel constricted, how they feel like they don't get along with people, how other people find them freaky thinking because of how their way of life is, how the type of music, the type of culture they're in. So this character is very interesting. I just really enjoyed her just going to the city, trying to experience things. She wants to be a fashion designer. She's going to college. She's not. She hates the dorm room. She hates her bitch ass dorm room roommate who is just constantly belittling her or making fun of her in some way. And she's really just trying to after she stays in the dorm, she realizes, I'm not really into the crowd. I'm not really into all these people. She finds this old place that's for rent and she loves it. She's very old school, very quiet. She needs that so she can focus on design. The thing is though, when she goes to sleep, she's transported in her dreams or has visions of a young girl played by Anya Taylor-Joy, who's great as always, and her character name is Sandy. And the thing is though with Sandy, like Ellie at the beginning of this film, she sees Sandy Joy pass in the 60s. That's where Ellie wanted to go. She wants to be in the 60s. So she sees a young woman in the 60s living out her dream, trying to go to the city and try to become the best that she could be. Kind of like Ellie, how she's in present time in London. The thing is though, this takes a dark supernatural turn because she witnesses the woman, Ellie, being abused, pimped out, and being sexually assaulted, all because she wants to fight for her dream. And then she sees her murder. And so Ellie goes through this the second act is all about Ellie just trying to figure out who killed Ellie, going through trauma because things are haunting her. Because the thing is with Ellie, she always had this supernatural gift of seeing ghosts. She saw her dead mother in a mirror in the countryside, and now she's here in this hotel. She sees dead men crawling at her, trying to get at her. She sees visions of Ellie, of Ellie's pimp. I mean, there's just so much crazy stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff relatable to both Ellie, to Sandy. There's just a lot of great things I love about this movie. The first act was the best part about getting to know Ellie, to see how relatable she is. The second act is just basically the predictable route. You know, she's being haunted, she's by ghosts and all this stuff. She's trying to figure out what's happening. In the third act, it kind of didn't hit the nail because it kind of went for this Hollywood predictable route. You know, I have to have an action scene. But overall, I enjoyed The Last Night in Soho. Again, the third act went kind of Hollywoodish, but to me, this film was great. I'm going to give it a B+. I would have given it A-, but I'm still a little bit sour with the third act. Not to say that the third act didn't, we got the end result that we wanted at the end in The Last Night in Soho. It's just how we got there at the third act. It was just well, you just went for the predictable route. But if I could say this, The Last Night in Soho, their theme and message is never to give up on your dream, never let people push you down. And if people do push you down, never let hate rule over your heart. Because once you have the hate in your heart, it just takes over everything about you. It changes who you are. And it changes everything that was good about you. And it turns you into something that's not something that you're not even recognizable at the end. You become the thing you hate. So to me, I think there's a good message in this movie. Just stick to people who you know, stick to what you believe in, find out your dreams, and believe in your dreams. There's a nice supernatural feel to this. I love the 60s looks. I love Thomasin McKenzie's character. I love Anya Taylor-Joy's character. I love many things about this movie. I love the style, the look, the feel of this movie. It was overall a simple story. It's not the greatest movie you're ever going to see, but I very much enjoyed this film. And I'm going to say this. Definitely check out The Last Night in Soho. But that's my personal opinion, everybody. So please let me know what you all think. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. Also, everybody, this was Diana Rigg's last performance. She did great in this role. I loved her. May she rest in peace. This was a great movie, in my opinion. So please let me know what you all think, everybody. Angel Lee, everybody. Bye.